and welcome back to the SF Bay Area Talk. Hope every fantastic football Sunday. The San Francisco win the season opener on the road against the division rival Seattle Seahawks. The Niners pull out the victory 17-13, and that is how you want to start the season. Look, it was not a pretty win, but you get the job done. There is a lot to learn from this game. The defense looked really good out there. Great learning experience for this young Niners team and this young Niners defense with the young player, the defensive line. Welcome in Tyler Burbeck. Jake Moody needs to be out. Yeah, needs to be cut. I'm with you there. Look, I'm all for supporting Jake Moody, but after what we saw today, to me, he has got to go. He is not getting the job done, and to miss a chip shot, 27-yard field goal, that can't happen. And then you had the special teams mess up another field goal opportunity. The second one of the game. Just a very unfortunate situation for this San Francisco 49ers football team. And you were hoping that in the end, it was not going to cost them the game. The Niners are able to rally beyond all of that and end up pulling off this win. Great start to the 2025 season. Just incredible here to pull out this win, the 25-26 season. And Christian McCaffrey, he looked fantastic out there, both in the running game and receiving game. Christian McCaffrey with 22 carries for 69 yards in the game. Really solid game. When you look at his first game played in quite some time, you know that he's going to be getting some of the rust out, but he was fantastic. Put together a great performance. And I mean, for the 49ers, the defense to step up there at the very end of the game to get the fumble from Sam Darnold there when the Seahawks looked like they were about to go ahead with the game winning touchdown. I mean, that was just an incredible defensive play to win this game for your San Francisco 49ers. Welcome in, AM Echo Sky. What is going on, everyone? Happy football season. And I mean, there's nothing like a football Sunday. And I mean, just so excited to be back here with everyone for another San Francisco 49ers football season. And I mean, what a way to start out the season, then with a huge win. Again, I mean, it was not pretty, but you get the job done and you get this win against your division rival in the Seahawks. And so this is a great way to start the season, and you can learn from this game and look to go to New Orleans next Sunday and look to go 2-0, because you know that that's a football team that you know that you can go in there, play good football, try to work on the fundamentals. Shout out to Jake Tonges. Yep, big shout out to Jake Tonges for getting the game-winning touchdown in the fourth quarter. What an incredible moment. I mean, you never know who is going to step up. Just really unfortunate with the injury front. Kittle did leave the game due to a hamstring injury. Praying that is not anything serious, and hopefully he does not have to miss much time at all. So keeping him in our thoughts and prayers. And then you had, I mean, look, injuries. We saw Fred Warner went down at one point, but was able to return, which is really good there that he came back into the game. We did see Juwan Jennings leave in the second half, I think due to a shoulder. Again, seeing these types of things happen is just not good when you know what the story was last season and our inability to stay healthy, and essentially what led to just an awful 6-11 season last year. And so when you're looking at this season, you're looking to stay healthy and, to pull out this win today. This was a game that last year, maybe you lose this game because it was getting away from you, but you had some guys step up there at the very end. And I mean, to get the fumble of Sam Darnold, essentially when the Seahawks are right about to go ahead with the game winning touchdown, just an incredible defensive stop for your San Francisco 49ers. Welcome in, everyone, to the San Francisco 49ers post game show. Glad you could join us tonight this evening, this afternoon. What a crazy game today. 49ers, yep, take an ugly win over the Seahawks. Doesn't matter how it looked, but that you got the job done. And when it's week one of the NFL season, certainly a great challenge when you're going up against the Seahawks team. And shout out to their crowd. They it was very loud there. They definitely had a impact on this game, and to come away with the win, just incredible for the San Francisco 49ers. Player of the game has to be Nick Bosa, player of the game. Yep, I love it. Fantastic pick, Tyler, going with Nick Bosa. He played a great game, led the Niners in tackles with 6 tackles, had 1 sack in the game. So when you're looking at Nick Bosa, this is a big season, because when you look at what he did last year, you definitely feel that he can build on last year and be able to put together a more solid season. So you definitely are very excited to see what Nick Bosa can do this season. And for week one of the season, a great start to get the 6 tackles in 1 sack. Um, and got to give a big shout out to my cousin Cole and his fiance Rachel. They're soon to be getting married. Big shout out to them as they were at the game. Big shout out to you, Cole, and hope you're had a great time out there, you and Rachel. But thank 49ers faithful supporting the Niners out there. Let's go Niners. Jake Moody needs to go. He is the same guy from last year, and he never recovers after his missed field goals. Yeah, it's something that you hope is not in the head of a Jake Moody, but it definitely is something that you start to wonder because it has been continuing to happen where this guy has been just unable to do his job consistently out there. And when you cannot rely on Jake Moody to get you a field goal when you need one, that is not getting the job done. So for the 49ers, yeah, this is something that as the season goes on, we are going to continue to pay close attention to how Jake Moody does. But yeah, to me, if you ask me, I'm ready to move on. I've seen enough of this. When it gets to the point where you do not feel comfortable in any game or any type of situation with him kicking an important field goal, you got to move on from it. And for the 49ers, it's hard to move on from a third round draft pick. They use high draft capital to draft Jake Moody, and it can be very tough to face the facts and move on from a pick like that. And you feel that maybe you give him a little bit more room of air because of how high he was selected in the draft. So again, we've reached this point now where, yeah, this was the last straw going into this season, and already week one, he's already missed a 27-yard chip shot field goal, And you can't be missing kicks like that. Niners made a lot of mistakes today. We are thankful to come away out of Seattle with a win today. But definitely a lot to break down in the game film in practice this upcoming week. 49ers, look, they're going to be sharp. I think expect a sharp week of practice and getting down to the tape of this game and trying to fix their mistakes and, yeah, play a more sound, fundamental football game next week against the Saints and look to dominate that game. I mean, it would be phenomenal to get a win next Sunday and come back home to the 49ers faithful 2-0. So let's get it done. Niners today with the big win in the season opener as they defeat the Seattle Seahawks 17-13. The 49ers are winners. For Brock Purdy, look, a great game, but did make some mistakes out there. Did throw 2 interceptions in the game. Those throws, yeah, he is trying to fit it in tough coverage, but sometimes you just got to get rid of the football when, if you're trying to force a play in tough coverage. A lot of times those don't go very well and end up being interceptions. So for Brock Purdy, you want to see him work on those throws, but did have 2 interceptions in the game. But when you look at the numbers overall, completed 26 of 35 passes for 277 passing yards. So an excellent performance for Brock Purdy. He made some clutch throws in this game. Not his best game at all, but as he's starting to get a feel for this Niners offense, which is very limited when you look at the guys that are out of the lineup. No IU, Kittle went out today. Jennings was out at one point. So big shout out to the backup tight end, I believe it was Jake Tonges, with the go ahead, which would be the game winning touchdown on 3rd and 3 for the 49ers. So, I mean, it doesn't get any better than having to come up with a go ahead game winning touchdown drive on the road in a hostile environment such as Seattle to get the win in the season opener. And I mean, this could be a game that we remember for a long time during this season because look, it's going to be a battle. But this Niners team, they got what it takes to go on a run this year, make a Super Bowl run. It's within them. The expectations for me of the Niners, I am predicting about a 11-6 season. Can that be good enough to win the division? Definitely, it can be, but we'll see. But at 11-6, you hope that that would be good enough to get in as a wild card. So we'll see how it plays out. But look, for the first time in quite some time, the 49ers are going into the season as the hunter instead of the hunted, as where in previous years, look, they were the Super Bowl favorites a lot of times, consistently playing